close to contact. That had to be so close. Smoking in to the mark. It's game on. Here's an awesome race in towards the bottom gate. Have a go at the speed. 43 knots. This team is absolutely on fire.
Hello and welcome to all of you eSailing fans around the world. Welcome to the eSailGP show we are doing tonight. eSailGP sailors against gamers. We are going to have some fun. We're going to see a high level of competition tonight. We are going to see SailGP sailors for 4 countries, from Spain, from Denmark, from France and from Japan, fighting for chosen players from this eSailing community. And to help me with that, please welcome in studio my co-commentator, Alec Wilkinson.
Hello, yes, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching. Hope you're as excited as I am about this. I think it's a first, isn't it, Thomas? Getting a whole bunch of pro sailors from SailGP up against some of the top e-sailers in the world.
And let's see how it will go. We will have some fun, and it's also the first time I have to say, it's a lockdown period. We don't want to speak about it, but we're having players sitting 12 different places, also commentators, 12 different places in the world at the moment. We are in London with you, Alec. We are in Denmark with me. Then we have Havuk, one of the community players from Istanbul. Nikolaj Seheste from Denmark, sitting in Copenhagen. We have Olivier from the SailGP team France, sitting in France. Jorn Cardona sitting in Spain. And of course, Leo Takahashi sitting in New Zealand. And then we have Confluentia Switzerland. And the last one to take in, Roxy Joni from Germany. So it's interesting what we're going to see today, Alec. What do you think we're going to experience today?
I think we're going to see some great racing. I think it's going to be really close. And I am dying to find out how the professional SailGP sailors are going to match the top e-sailers. Because, where does experience come in, and where does that real kind of on-the-water experience come in, and how does that help?
And one thing we have experienced before, Alec, is Jorn Cardona, we're going to see from Spanish eSailGP. He won the qualifier, the pop-up qualifier last time against Roxy Joni and Havuk. So he has been playing against the good e-sailors in the world.
Yeah, but he's also got plenty of experience at eSailing. It wasn't his first time. And some of the guys who have joined us for this race probably haven't raced quite as much as Joan Cardona has in eSailing. So it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, and we're going to see it after this small break. Then we'll go in to the sailors and say hello to them and see them doing some action. Please stay tuned. We will be back in a few seconds.
Out of the shed, then couple on the wing.
6.
What the hell is that doing there?
Good. And welcome here in studio. Right now we are connecting to the players. They're sitting around the world at the moment, and I have to say there's different internet around the world, so we are just getting them into the game at the moment. They're ready to play, and we will just have them in a few sec. while we're getting in there. If there should be any questions or anything, we have a chat up here. We know you're sitting on 12 different platforms. 8 of them we can see directly here in the studio. Please write each other, and also please go in and cheer on who is going to win. And when we're going to see the format today, we are going to see this classic up-down format they are going to do. And they are going to play and have some fun with it. It's a reach race they're doing. It's a long reach, so they are coming in. And right now we are getting ready. The players are joining the server. And while we are seeing the players joining the server, let's meet the first player. This is Nikolaj Seheste. He's from Denmark. He's from the Danish eSailGP team. And see, there he is. And just wave to him. He is ready to play. And we will go into the server and see if they're all joining in. And what you will experience in this race today, and Alec, you might also be there.
Yeah, I am here.
Yeah, then you will experience all the players doing the races. And while we are on Nikolaj Seheste, this is his boat with the Danish eSailGP team, and we can see the whole crew, all of sailors in there. So let's make a small presentation. We have from Spain, we have Jorn Cardona. He's sitting here home in Spain at the moment. Hello, Jorn. Yeah, he's so concentrated. Then we have
hugely experienced under 23 Finn sailor.
Yeah, we have Eric Champagne sitting in California, United States at the moment, and he's actually top 5 in the world ranking list at the moment. Then we go a little bit to Turkey. This is Havuk. He's from Turkey. 2 times World Championship participant, gamer of the gamers, and he's also been in both pop-up qualifier finals. And Alec, do you think he can stand the pressure today?
I do, and we've seen him get progressively better on the EF50, and I think tonight, under pressure, he might stay cool enough and calm enough to take at least one of these races.
Yeah. And to all of you Danish fans out there, the Danish eSailGP captain is here, Nikolaj Seheste. And I love it because I'm from Denmark, Alec. And what's that boat with the Viking on? What do you think he can do in this race?
Well, we don't know. We haven't seen him in action on this on an EF50. We've seen him in action on the real boats, hard hitting, never gives in, a real fighter. But what's he going to be like on the eSailing, eSailGP?
Yeah, and we will take the 4 rest of the players after the first race. We're just going in to see it. We just need to jump in again, and let's see the action here. And Alec, the EF50 is all about the start. 50 seconds, 57 seconds to the start. And where is the players? Oh, I love these servers at the moment. We are just waiting for the server to come in here. So 2 seconds, and we will be back with it again here.
So this is a kind of a crucial time, whilst not just for us and the production, but also for the sailors, because this is where they start to get an idea of wind direction. They obviously know the course and where they want to go, but now is when they decide which end of that start line that you can see just in front of us at the top of the screen. They'll decide now which end they want to go. Then they head off to that sort of that yellow, like a light shining up into heaven. That's the first mark. They're on a reach, and they accelerate away as the clock counts down, and we are away in this first race of the evening here in the eSailGP contest, with Lee Takahashi not going to be the man who reaches this mark first. Instead, it's Jorn Cardona of Spain.
Yeah. But Jorn, he's also a very, very top player. Oh, penalty to Olivier. He's sitting home in France at the moment. He must say some really funny words. But we can see here Nikolaj Seheste with a good start. He's currently in 4th. And then Jorn Cardona, eSailGP sailor, in the lead. Oh, penalty! Rounding the mark and hitting it, Alec. Whoosh. That's an
unforced penalty there for the Dane, and that could cost him dear as Leo Takahashi tries to take advantage of that error.
Yeah, and right now we see Leo Takahashi in the picture. He's in the lead. We have Jorn Cardona. He's from Spain, eSailGP sailor. He's in the lead now together with him. And then we have a guy we haven't presented now in 3rd. now dropping a little bit down, or in the lead, Confluencia from Spain. And he's a funny guy because he's the only one in this game that's a real gamer. He's a non-sailor.
A non-sailor taking on some of the top sailors in the world. And that's what eSailing is all about. And Confluencia is out in front. But he's young, but hugely experienced. Did really well in his national championships last year.
Yeah. He got third place in the Switch Championship, and you can see the beautiful picture. He's not the youngest, but he's still beating the younger guys. But let's see, Nikolai Seheste in third. He's going to battling for this. They're racing upwind. They're racing to this top mark, Alec. And now it's all about getting as least tacks as possible, because every time you tack in the boat, as you see Confluencia, you lose 7 knots and the speed of rounding it.
Yeah, so here we go with Confluencia out in front. He goes for this right-hand mark as we see it on the screen, followed by Joan Cardona of Spain in second. And here comes Nikolai Sehestel of Denmark. So he's recovered from his earlier penalty, moved up into third place. And there's Havuk. I naturally backed him to win a race earlier on. Let's hope I haven't cursed him. But there's Havuk right now trying to make up time and distance on the leaders.
Yeah, but right now we see a switch when they switch around. See Eric Champagne from California, United States. He takes over second because of that mark rounding, but it's a close fight against Nikolai Seheste from Denmark.
But Confluencia just builds up his lead, trying not to get stuck in traffic here. No, Confluencia is through, and he's almost 150, 180 meters ahead of the Spaniard and Eric Champagne of the USA in third.
Yeah. But see here, the eSailGP sailor Joan Cardona, he won the second qualifier of the eSailGP pop-up. And see there, he's in second, doing a great result again tonight. But he's behind Confluencia, a little bit faster. But let's see if he can take over Confluencia and see that's an experienced gamer. Know when to tack, know how to use the wind intelligence you see in the top left corner.
We're sailing on the bay in San Francisco here in this competition. And at the moment, it's a Swiss who leads the race.
And see here, Nikolai Seheste, he said in the start in the green room, hey, I might have a hard time tonight. And we saw here in the mark roundings, he actually had a good start. He's actually following the top sailors, but the mark round is hard for him. He drops to 7 at the moment. So the gamers are taking over this game at the moment.
Well, he's a helmsman. They have someone to do everything for them, don't they? on these boats in real life. Yeah. Just joking, Nikolai. All right, here's Eric Champagne coming in third place. But Confluencia and Joan Cardona are already round and heading towards the end of this race.
It's a close battle, but can he take him, Alec?
Well, I think he's run out of racetrack, has Joan Cardona. I think Confluencia, unless he makes a real hash of this final turn, is going to take the race. There's the finish line right ahead of us. So it's Confluencia of Switzerland first, Joan Cardona of Spain in second. And there's still a battle going on, though, between Eric Champagne in third. And Havuk seems to have moved up ahead of Nikolai Sehestel.
But see here, Roxy Joni, Germany comes in also. Leo Takahashi, Nikolai Seheste attacking Roxy. Roxy in trouble. This means Leo Takahashi is taking over that position. He's getting fifth. No, he's getting that penalty. Losing 2 positions on the finish line. See, he's not happy about that. And Nikolai Seheste just took 2 points on the account, better than the Japanese team. So that's very satisfying for him. But let's see the winner.
What a great result for Havuk as well, who was back down in 7th, managed to get himself up into 4th. So there you go. Confirmation that it was Confluencia first, Cardona second, Champagne third, Havuk 4th. And what a battle for 5th, 6th and 7th, eh?
Yeah. And it's a very close battle. And see Confluencia there. Let's Confluencia, congratulations, victory. After the small break, we will go in the studio and we will take a small talk with Leo Takahashi and also Havok. So please stay tuned.
The boats are powered by battery. We have a lot of electronics and hydraulics, and everything, all the pumps and hydraulic pumps run off battery power. So the only thing that's not powered by battery is the actual wing winch, which we have grinders that control that. The batteries are extremely important. It's kind of like our lifeline. If we don't have batteries that are charged, if we get low, nothing on the boat functions. So it's as simple as that. So previous season, we had generators that kind of ran overnight that would charge our batteries on site. Now we have a container, 40-foot container, and there's a big bunch of solar panels, and basically during the day that charges the Tesla batteries, and then overnight we charge our boat batteries. So looking to be a lot more sustainable.
Charging through solar panels, it takes the same amount of time, but it's clean. So we're not running off diesel generators. We're using the power of the sun to charge these things, and it's a massive step up for us in terms of sustainability. Obviously, last year was our first season, and we were on a massive learning curve, and we've taken what we learned from last season and applied it to now, and this is where we've ended up. With the current racking system that we have, we've basically set it up so that each team has 4 batteries, so we can charge 32 batteries at any one time, all at the same time, all on the same level. So the capacity and the reserve energy that we have within the system is massive.
This setup, basically it's got to be completely mobile. We're only here for, like this regatta, we're here for 3.5 weeks. So everything comes in on the container, comes out, and has to be packed away within 3 weeks and off on the next ship to our next event.
As far as I'm aware, we're the first people to try it. We are trialling it on this container only at the moment, but the plan is we'll get some data from this event and roll it out across a broader scale within the eSailGP group.
Our boats are powered by the wind, but now our batteries are charged by the sun. But we obviously want to be carbon neutral come 2025. This is a step in the right direction.
What a race that was to kick off Gamers versus Pro Sailors. I've got Havok on the line. What was it like lining up against those guys?
Yeah, it was really exciting. I mean, there are some of the best sailors in the world, and it's really exciting to be able to race against them and at least just compete against them in the virtual sailing. This is excellent.
Was it stressful, or was it just normal day at the office for you?
Well, it's not. It wasn't so stressful, but it was really fun, actually. Yeah.
Oh.
Hello.
I think we've lost Havok there, but we might go to Leo if Leo can hear me. You had a bit of a nightmare at the finish there, Leo.
Yeah, I was doing well the whole race. I was pretty proud of my accomplishments there, and then I got a bit greedy at the finish. I think the German boat gave me a little sniff there, and I tried to take him out, and it didn't go well for me. So lessons learned, and next race we're gonna be a little bit more conservative, I think.
I hear you've been playing a bit of eSailGP. How do you go up lining it up against the gamers, do you think?
Oh, I try my best. I've been practicing a little bit, but you can't. They know the ins and outs, and I guess we know the little sailing knowledge. But they've got one up on us, so definitely got to try beat them in the next few races.
Excellent. All right. Well, I think we've got 3 more fleet races to go, so I'm hoping to see you improve out there, Leo.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Last TV show I binged. I mean, I watch a lot of shows, like a lot.
Oh, I'm not good with TV shows.
It might have been Peep Show.
Succession. Yeah, I watched Succession. I like that. It was interesting.
Game of Thrones.
Sex Education.
Ozark. Quite good.
I'd say the last TV series I really binged on was Suits, and that would have been about 4 or 5 years ago.
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
Watch that on the plane.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, Chernobyl. Recommend that for anybody.
Hard Knocks. I decided to watch that the other day on the way home. So I got sucked into it. I went through it in about 5 hours.
I don't know.
What have I been watching lately? I'm trying to think.
I've sort of seen everything, being a traveller, travelling around the world.
I watch them with my fiance, so I'm trying to think, but we've been away from each other for over a month now, so I'm like, oh.
Last show I binged, The Good Place. It's just interesting.
I've been watching a show called Scandal lately. It's been pretty good, kind of American politics.
Oh, I hate TV shows. I hate TV. Yeah, sorry.
And welcome back in studio. We're getting ready for the next race. The players are joining it. We're going to start the server. It's going to be exciting to see if the players can continue doing the high level, or will the eSailers, the gamers, still win over SailGP players. But Jon Cardona taking a second place in race number 1. And we're going to start it, and let's get ready to rumble. And Alec, we are here in studio right now, getting ready to see the players. And we didn't talk about Roxy Joni from Germany.
No, another hugely experienced eSailer, and who's had a huge amount of success, especially in the last 12 months. So we'll see if he's hitting form in the EF50.
And then we have Olivier from France, the France SailGP team. He's here. Also trying his best, playing for his national colors. Having a hard time, but the French SailGP team doing a great job on the water. How do you think he will do in this race?
Well, again, if he can bring his experience to this race, I think we can see him do well. He'll have been disappointed with his result in the last race, so I think we can see him fight back.
And the start is going to go 15 seconds. They're going to this starting line. It's all about timing. See the players coming in right now. We can see Jon Cardona and it's Roxy Joni in the right-hand side. And let's see what happens here.
So it's 3, 2, 1. Race 2 of this eSailGP special is underway. And this time, Jon Cardona is away first. He's always a good starter in eSailGP. We've seen him in superlative form already. And right behind him, Nikolaj Sehestel of Denmark, the Danish skipper of the SailGP team, in second place. He also started well in the previous race, but we saw him pick up a penalty at this very first mark. Let's see how he gets on. But right now, Cardona of Spain is round first. Then comes the Dane, and in third place is the American boat as well.
Yeah. Eric Champagne doing a great mark rounding, coming from 5th to 3rd, but it's the two SailGP skippers or sailors in the lead at the moment, and they're doing a great job, and especially the Dane, Nikolaj Sehestel, he's there in the lead at the moment, 8 meters in front of Jon Cardona.
Well, Roxy Joni picking up a penalty there, and he's going to have to make up that time somehow. But right now, we're just a minute into the race, very early at this stage of this race. But remember, just like in the real SailGP, these races are short, they're fast, they're snappy.
Yeah. And interesting here is see how close they are. It looks like they're not close in meters. They're 100 meters in between top 6 and 100 meters. Then you can still win the race with no problems, because when they're going downwind, they will hit those magic 50 knots barrier, but they will also hit around 44.5 in average speed. That's amazing. Eric Champagne from California, United States in second, but now see who's in the lead. Jon Cardona from Spain. And there he goes. He's getting ready to round that mark here. He's coming first up to the top mark, getting ready to round it. He's coming in here, rounding that mark. It's going to be a very close one. Eric Champagne going opposite, Nikolaj Sehestel going with him. And that's how it's going to be. Nikolaj Sehestel in third, Eric Champagne taking the lead at the moment. And it looks like we just lost Alec Wilkinson's microphone, so we'll just have him in a few seconds in studio again.
I should be back now with you.
Yeah, you are. Welcome back in studio. And this is remote streaming, the best way we can do it and see this battle. Jon Cardona, Eric Champagne, Nikolai Seheste. The two eSailGP sailors are killing the American boat now.
Well, the Spaniard is round first.
Oof.
And the American, ooh.
Wrong turn for the Dane. He needs to go back. See how
all wrong. Yeah. He's lost control of his controls, and he's just trying to find his way round that mark, and that is his race over. That's his race over. Cardona is away. Eric Champagne's away in second. Penalty for Roxy Joni at that mark. So that has really shuffled the pack behind the leading pair.
Yeah, this means Havuk coming in third now. And see, the Turk is satisfied. He's sitting in Istanbul at the moment. And normally he is having a hard time under pressure. He's one of the best players to qualify to events. But then something snaps every time. But this time it looks great for him.
Oh, Thomas, you're being a bit harsh on the poor man. Yeah. And he can hear you too. So don't apply any more pressure than there is already. Champagne out in front, and here comes Havuk up into second, and a wave of frustration from Cardona as he loses that second spot.
Yeah. And
Confluencia in fourth, our winner from the previous race. But we're looking now at the face of the leader, Eric Champagne, sitting in California right now. Can he hold on to this lead?
Yeah. And it looks like Leo Takanashi lost connection. Leo, what a shame. See, he's a little bit mad. He lost connection there back home in New Zealand. But let's see, Eric Champagne rounding that mark first, coming downwards.
And yeah, we should just explain that can happen. That is one feature of eSailing, and unfortunately, it's just one of those things. Oh, there's a penalty there for Confluencia, unforced penalty. For Confluencia on in fourth place. But we're heading towards the finish here, and this is how they will finish, with Eric Champagne, who has fizzed throughout the whole of this race. He is going to take the finish line. Havuk is now in second. He will be second and crosses that finish line at 48 knots. Jon Cardona is third. Another great result for the Spaniard. Now, Confluencia, will he come in fourth? Yes, he does. Roxy Joni in fifth.
Yeah. And Olivier in sixth. And then see Nikolai Seheste. He got that unlucky penalty at the gate mark where he didn't round it. And it looks like a small glitch in the game. So unlucky for him losing that one. But let's keep on the winner. It's Eric Champagne. Eric, we know we can hear you. So people are watching you at the moment. He won. Havuk in second, Jon Cardona in third, Confluencia in fourth, Roxy Joni fifth, Olivier in sixth, Nikolai Seheste seventh, and Leo lost connection in this race number 2. So unlucky for him.
So just to clarify, was the problems that Nikolai Seheste had at that mark, was that a glitch?
It could be a glitch because it looks like the boat turned into the mark, but I'm not sure because I didn't replay it. But when we're seeing the stats here, we have to say Jon Cardona did the best result in this race. Had the best start, had the best average speed, had the best maximum speed. Confluencia sailed the shortest distance. Havuk, he captured the win best. Eric Champagne, who won, did the most number of jibes, but he also got 2 penalties. So that's impressive, Eric, what you did there. And when we see here, we can see this stat, Alec. We can see how Eric, he comes from behind in the upwind racing, in the first upwind racing, and then he lost position in the downwind and fought his way back. Where Jon Cardona lost it in that top mark rounding and the way up to it, and it looks like, as I remember, he was a little bit unhappy. He pressed too much in the button, so the boat turned too much. Also, a small glitch. But that is the standings. And if we take it, amazing races. And let's go into the mixed zone again. This time we will meet Eric Champagne and Nikolai Seheste. So please stay tuned. We will be back in a few seconds.
So just a few seconds from the start, And remember, they're trying to hit that zero, that line on zero. Clack, making headway here at the start, and Cruiserlator was over early. And they are over. It is go for race number 2 of the night. Cruiserlator getting a good start, closest to us, coming into the mark on this first reach. And it is so busy, so congested, but Cruiserlator sneaks round in first. 4 seconds to go. And they are away in the final, the match racing final here in Sydney. We go with the Spaniard Cruiserlator, who's had a terrific night here in Sydney.
Welcome in studio. We're getting ready for the green room. We're just getting all players from all around the world to join the green room at the same time, so we can have a fantastic interview with Lisa and the players. So we're getting ready for it. They are in the green room at the moment, so we're just having them good to go. And Lisa, please take it away.
Another exciting race out there. I'll go to Nikolai first. Nikolai, what happened at that bottom mark?
Oh, sorry, Nikolai. 2 sec. 2 sec, Nikolai.
I think it's the joys of eSailing, it sounds like. Are you enjoying having the competition even though you're not on the water?
Oh, for sure. It's yeah, it's good fun. I actually haven't tried it before, so I'm actually enjoying it. It's pretty good fun.
And how do you think you stack up against the gamers?
I think I got what deserved. I think, you know, it's definitely pretty hard to race these guys, but it's enjoyable, and I think it'll be a lot of time, a lot of practice before I can compete with these guys.
Excellent. So we'll go to Eric, who I hear is the 5th ranked e-sailer in the world. Eric, how do you prepare, or how have you been training for something like eSailGP or eSailing?
Just between normal sailing, I don't have a lot of time, but this COVID virus going around has given us all a lot of time to keep sailing, and I love sailing. I need to do it somehow. So this has been my outlet, and I've become relatively addicted lately, so I have been playing a lot.
And how do you enjoy sailing against the pro sailers, obviously in this platform, but also on day-to-day on eSailing?
Oh, I love it. It's great. I know some of them from the sailing world, and so it's great to see them again and talk to them again and sail against them here. I'm a fan. I watch the eSailGP all around the world, and just really love watching them. So it's cool to be part of it with them as well now.
What's the hardest part about eSailing?
Not doing silly things and getting penalties. I do better when I stay away from everybody.
So not too different to normal sailing.
Almost exactly the same.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to Fleet Race 3.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
So just a few seconds from the start, and remember, they're trying to hit that zero, that line on zero. Clack, making headway here at the start, and Cruiserlator was over early. And they are over. It is go for race number 2 of the night. Cruiserlator getting a good start, closest to us, coming into the mark on this first reach. And it is so busy, so congested, but Cruiserlator sneaks round in first. Seconds to go, and they are away in the final, the match racing final here in Sydney. We go with the Spaniard Cruiserlator, who's had a terrific night here in Sydney.
And Alec, what a race we're going to see, and we're going to see the players. They're joining in now again, and we see the eSailGP sailors winning over the gamers, or actually taking the game to the gamers.
Yeah, I mean, top of the leaderboard, and this is only my maths. Okay, so it's not official, but according to my maths, we've got SailGP sailor Joan Cardona of Spain. There we go, up there with Confluentia, but also Eric Champagne, who is obviously not a SailGP professional, up there and challenging as well.
Yeah. So Johan Cardona doing a great result in this scoreboard here. Let's say, we're missing some players. We're missing 2 players in this race. So we'll just ask the group to go out and go in, because we want all the sailors in this race. So let's just go to studio. Sometimes that happens. So all the players, please go out and we will redo the race. And it is a game, and that's how it happens. Sometimes they are losing connection, and we are doing this tonight to show the players the strengths among gamers and players. So we're just needing 2 players to go out of the game, and then we're getting ready for it. It's Johan Cardona that needs to disconnect at the moment.
It's like those big horse races that we have in this country, where you have so many horses that it's almost impossible to line them up because they're so skittish and ready to go. But we'll try again. We'll try and get them all in the game.
And it's growing pretty fast. While we're seeing in the bottom, we see Eric Champagne from California, United States. We can see Olivier is already in the server, so now we just need the others to join in. And they are maybe joining in there. They're coming nice and slow in this game. And Alec, it's interesting to see how the SailGP sailors, a guy like Johan Cardona, actually plays up with the gamers. But I also have to give me a big applause to Leo and also to Nikolai Seheste, because they're actually doing the great job the first minute. And then when they're going to the tactical part, going upwind, they are losing a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, what you're seeing there is they're so used to doing the starts, to the pre-starts, to getting across the start line, in real SailGP and in past sailing as well. That's what they're good at. That's what they do. That's their bread and butter. And we're seeing them come away here out in front as well. But then after that, it gets a little bit. I mean, it's also how you operate the boat. When you're using your phone or when you're using your laptop. So those things come in as well. The coordination and the speed of reaction as well.
And there we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sailors. We are missing one at the moment, and it's the leader we are missing, Eric Champagne. And right now we can see he's talking, he's getting into the game, he's just restarting it. So let's wait a little bit for him. One player we haven't spoke much about is this guy we're seeing in the picture. He's a German, he's Roxy Joni, and see, there he is. He's sitting in the southern part of Germany at the moment. Also named as the German with a smile. He always makes so much fun, Jonathan Koch.
It's a smile you can't trust when he gets out on that race course, because he's ruthless when it comes to competition. And at that point, we should mention that Nikolai Seheste as well, whose nickname is Smurf, because yes, he's hard hitting and he fights hard out on the race course, but he's always got a smile, and that's why he's known as Smurf. And right now, though, he is a picture of concentration at the bottom of the screen there, as he waits for us to count down the final minute to the start of this third race.
Yeah, and 50 seconds, 55 seconds to the start of the race, Alec. Let's see how it goes. Right now, they're placing themselves here in the bottom, and then they come with speed from behind, because in the game, like real SailGP, you need to come with speed into that starting line, or else you will be lost from the start.
Well, 40 seconds in these boats is a really long time. So they're just holding back and taking it steady before they release their boats to accelerate away across the start line. And what's been incredible is the number of people who in recent weeks have really got into eSailing, and especially eSailGP with these special these specials we're running and the pop-up streams that we've been doing. Here we go, 10 seconds, and you can see they're starting to move now. They're accelerating towards the start line with 3 seconds to go. And it looks like Havuk with the orange sail, the man from Turkey, is away first.
Yeah. And he's coming into that reach mark, rounding it. And look, Nicolai Sehest, Eric Champagne, Roxy Joni, Olivier behind. So it's 2 eSailGP sailors in the lead, together with Havuk, and a penalty to Confluentia in Switzerland. And see, he's cold like ice. When we see Confluentia play, he never uses his mimic at all. But he's followed by Leo Takahashi and Jon Cardone. He's all concentrated. He wants to win tonight.
Now, it's going to be interesting to see what tactics Havuk uses to stay out in front, because he is hugely experienced, as we've said before, and will that experience help him to hold back the likes of Johan Cardone and Leo Takahashi, who's second and third right now?
Yeah. But Havuk in the lead at the moment. We have Johan Cardone. He's here in second. Very focused, and we've seen him play the last pop-up qualifier final, how he reacts when he's winning and losing, and then he's closely followed by Confluentia that is currently in third now. And there in the middle we have Eric Champagne. He's there in fourth, getting closer and closer to us. He's 180 meters behind, and he's coming in a port side where the others in starboard tack, so Confluentia could penalize him if he's not tagging up towards that top mark.
We're getting lots of new viewers every day, so for those who are tuning in for the first time, you've got the wind direction with the wind socks in the radar on the top left corner of the screen as Havuk maneuvers to come into the gates. He chooses this one closest to us right now, followed closely by Cardone, who decides to go the other way. Confluentia in third, despite the penalty that he picked up earlier on. And then comes the American, struggling to control his boat. And he picks up a penalty around that mark. Yeah. And that is a chance for Roxajoni to take fourth place as the computer slows Champagne down because of the penalty.
Yeah. And right now we have in the bottom, we're unlucky by Leo's Nicolai Seheste and Leo Takahashi. They are way behind at the moment, trying to come back in the race. So let's go up and see this battle, see who took the battle to Havuk. Johan Cardone is going to battling Havuk, and they again splitting up. This is an interesting tactics. What is going to happen in here? Johan Cardone in second, Havuk in the lead. The Turk against the Spain, and when we are seeing eSailing in top level, as we normally see, we see these players fighting each other that much.
Yeah, fascinating battle going on for second and third, and Havuk loses the lead to Cardone. And we saw Havuk overtake Cardone for second place in the last race, and you saw how frustrated Cardone was because of that. And let's see now if the Turk can come out in front.
The Turk still in the lead, and he's going to the left-hand side. And when we're watching the wind socks, it looks like there's the same level of wind in both sides. This way you're seeing is where the dark area of the radar and the picture is. And right now, both of them are falling. Oh, a glitch for Johan Cardone, but he's still in the lead.
Cardone just out in front of Havuk. So close for first and second. And it's a long way back from the leading three boats back to the rest of the fleet. So what we're seeing here really is the battle for the podium. Although Eric Champagne also coming into shot now, challenging for that third place. Yeah. But Havuk losing time on those maneuvers. And he shakes his head. He's disappointed with how he performed there. Yeah. And Cardone pulls away.
And see the speed. He's speeding up Johan Cardone. He's 44, 45, and then he makes a jibe to the opposite side to get ready to defend himself against Havuk if he's getting closer. But it looks like Johan Cardone will take this win. A huge turn, going away from that mark, avoiding to get a penalty, and Havuk tries to follow him. Great race. See, he's all relaxed. He's so happy about that victory there.
Terrific performance from Cardona and from Havuk, who started first across that start line, but in the end was pipped by Cardona.
Yeah.
And a big sigh from Havuk as he crosses the line in second place for the second time. Leo Takahashi, Nikolai Sehersted in 7th, and then comes Olivier in 8th place.
And then he comes in 8th. In this race, number 3, interesting to see again how I have to say how the eSailGP sailors really performing in the start, but when it comes to knowing the game and the tactics upwind, they're having a hard time again. But not this lad we're going to see in the picture. The winner of this race, number 3. And
really close now for the top of the leaderboard, and Confluentia managing to take 3rd ahead of Eric Champagne might prove crucial after our 4th race of the night.
Yeah, and when we see this here, Johan Cardona with a victory, Havuk in 2nd, Confluentia 3rd, Eric Champagne 4th, Iroxi Joni 5th, Leo Takahashi 6th, Nikolai Sehersted 7th, and Olivier getting in 8th. And Havuk with the best start, but see again the stats. Johan Cardona is having the best speed in this boat type, and he really knows how to kill that one. And still the shortest distance, Eric Champagne. And interesting, he's not winning. But a lot of penalties in this race.
Yeah, I mean, I think Eric Champagne's those stats that we saw there is why he got so close to a top 3 finish.
Yeah, and when we see it here, we can see again here in the stats the battle for the victory was lost at number 4. This is the downwind race where Johan Cardona he chosen to go to the opposite side than Havuk and getting ready for that upwind race, and then he won it. Great job by the Spanish eSailGP sailor there. And when we're saying that he won, Johan Cardona, he won the last eSailGP pop-up qualifier. So let's see who's coming up to the next one.
Hi, my name is Joan Cardona. I'm grinder for Team Spain. And you can find me in Virtual Regatta with the username of Joan Cardona Spain eSailGP. I invite you all to play in the next pop-up qualifier from the 10th to 12th of April.
Yes, that's a Team Spain move.
See you in Virtual Regatta.
And Johan Cardona won the last race. He really did a fantastic race there. And we're getting ready to go into the mixed zone this time with Confluentia and Olivier. So let's get ready for it. And there we go. Here we have Confluentia. And Confluentia, what a big challenge you have here tonight against these eSailGP sailors, and you're the only one. There's a non-sailor.
Yes, I was maybe almost frightened. I mean, with all this massive experience all these people have, these guys have. But I'm doing astonishingly well, I think.
Yeah. The most interesting part. Oh, people are joining in here while we're here. The most interesting part of what you're doing, Confluentia, is I know. Your favorite sport is not sailing, but you love to sit and relax with this game. So how can you use your other sport, and what other sport are you actually doing while you're playing this game?
My other sport is called orienteering, which is a running event where you get a map and you have to find different control points with a map as fast as possible. And in one way, it's comparable to sailing. I mean, you have the marks, the buoys that you have to pass. You have to find the way yourself. And that's what I also do, just with the map and running. Yeah. So it has some similarities. Maybe I profit from that, so I can switch between the 2D and 3D view. That's something that's already in my mind.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's Alec coming in now from the commentary box. I was going to say, I did some ski orienteering
really?
Last year. Yeah, and it was well, fascinating to commentate on and fascinating to actually try, because what you're saying is absolutely correct about the 2D and the 3D. So you kind of live the reality, but you're also living from a map.
Exactly, that's what we have here, also on the screen.
Yeah, yeah, and that does that help with spotting the breeze?
No, I think it's not really this breeze, but bring this local aspect of what you have and the broad sense where you have to go. All this, you have to hold space in your mind at the same time.
Now, some of these guys are using phones. You're using a laptop, I think. How do you control your boat? Do you use a mouse or what?
No, I just use 2 fingers on the arrow buttons, left and right. And so the left hand makes all the control keys, like switching the view and tacking and best VMG on and so on.
So you like to keep it nice and simple?
Yeah. I mean, the game is hard enough. You have to think a lot. So if all these movements are automatized, that's quite okay. That's best.
So, Confluentia, we will go to one of the SailGP sailors now. Olivier, can you hear us? Olivier? And the thing here is we're having some...
yes.
Yes, you can hear us. Cool.
Yes, I hear you.
Yeah, super. How is it to play a game like this? We'll try to get your picture in here because we have some connection issues with you, but you can hear us at the moment. How is it to play a game like this and sail the real SailGP?
Yes, yes.
Olivier? Hello?
It's very different for sure, but I'm very impressed with the level of the guys there, and definitely I need to play more this game. It's very nice, and yes, I only started 2 days ago, so a lot of things to learn, and I did not have the opportunity to train with such good guys, so it was easier during the practice than tonight. So I'm very happy to do that, and hopefully I will do better in the last race.
And Alec, please take it away.
Okay, so how long have we got to the next race? We've got a few minutes yet. So I think we've still got Olivier on the line. So Olivier, how are you sort of adapting to having real professional SailGP sailors up against you? You finding their tactics are different?
No, the tactics are more or less the same because, as we said earlier, the main point is to avoid too much maneuver. So, no, it's more or less the same. It's more about the boat ending that the guys do the difference. They do better mark rounding, better barrel stuff like that. So it's little details, but the big lines are the same, I think.
That's nice to hear. We will get ready for race number 4 in a few seconds. But before we're going into race number 4, let's see the standings of today's race. Who is in the lead and who is not. And Alec, this is interesting. See this scoreboard here. In the lead, Joan Cardona from SailGP Spain. Havuk in second. Eric Champagne, Confluentia, all 3 with 25 points. And the scoreboard is following the SailGP scoreboard, where you are getting 10 points for victory, 9 points for second, 8 points for third, and so on. So who will win this race today? And we just need to go in there. And
it's wide open, isn't it, going into this last race?
Yeah. It's very open. There's 2 points in between the 4 first positions. So who's your money on? Is it on Havuk, Eric Champagne, Confluentia, or will we have a SailGP winner again today? We will see in a few seconds. We will be back. and we'll come back to the race. We are getting ready for the next race coming up, and as we just saw, here we have Confluentia. He can take a victory in this race. We have Jon Cardona. He's currently in the lead, and we will just start the race while we are talking with them, seeing them. Then we have Havuk from Turkey. He is sitting in Istanbul and getting ready, a little bit outside of the ley lines at the moment. He will come in before 1 minute, or else he will get a penalty for being outside of the boundary. And then we have Eric Champagne from California, USA, California. Those 4 boats has a chance to win this duel in this race number 4 in the total score. And Alec, who will take it today?
Okay, you want me to give a tip? I think it's got to be Cardona. I can't see anyone taking the overall lead from him.
So you think the Spanish SailGP Cardona is going to win? Maybe he won over Roxy Joni from Germany last week in the pop-up final and qualified to the grand final. So let's see if he keep up the stream. 18 seconds to start. It's time to go to that starting line. Penalty to Jon Cardona. Oh, he must be furious now. And he's slowing down. He's getting a slow start. So it's Olivier in the lead. It's Eric Champagne coming in. Let's see the French SailGP skipper coming in. And Nikolai Sehested also got that penalty.
So we go in the final race of this eSailGP special with Havuk in second place, Eric Champagne leading them around the first mark, and Olivier also in the challenge there. And wow, what a start! What a disaster for Cardona. Typically, after I tipped him to win overall, but let's not write him off yet. We've seen him come back from trickier positions than this. But right now, Havuk has taken advantage, and Champagne of the USA is second.
And they're coming in here. Nice and slow.
Yeah, and struggled around that gate, didn't he?
Yeah, we can see they're really struggling at the moment. They're trying to get their best, and it's quite interesting. Top 4 within 50 meters. Confluentia, we see here, he's 80 meters behind. And then Jon Cardona, he's already back in the race, only 120 meters behind. That lad is doing some magic in this game. Let's see if he's end up in top 3. And let's hope Havuk for him, his best, that Havuk is not winning, because then he will take the final victory.
So the ones to keep an eye out for who are trying to chase Cardona down in the overall leaderboard are Havuk of Turkey, Eric Champagne of the USA, and Confluentia of Switzerland.
Yeah, and they are really battling it out. But see here, Roxy Joni from Germany coming in, throwing some dirt into that machinery, so they're losing momentum, and he's currently in third, and he can pressure Havuk, penalizing him in a starboard tack when he comes up here. Great race by the young German.
The lead is being closed right down now by the chasing pack. And will we see Havuk hold his mettle, hold his nerve, and stay where he is? Eric Champagne comes round in second, Roxy Joni, in second, Champagne in third. And here comes Cardona already up into fourth place. That's incredible. And challenging for third as he accelerates to 44.5 knots. Wow.
That is amazing. He's coming from one of the last position. He's in third in the first upwind race. I have to say, he's better than the gamers at the moment. Great job by him. And then we have Olivier in fifth. He had this fantastic start, but losing the upwind race again, as we have been seeing all day long. Eric Champagne, the last challenger, is in currently position 6.
So the battle as things stand...
See what happened? Havuk had a glitch. So he's dropping to third. Cardona in second. It's Roxy Joni in the lead now. The German takes the lead. Jon Cardona, he's in second now. Havuk, he must be furious at the moment. See there, he's shaking his head. So close of winning this. And now he switched position with his challenger, Jon Cardona.
Oh my goodness. So unlucky for Havuk. That was not his fault. A glitch in the system saw him lose places, and he's down in third now. But most importantly, it's Cardona who's ahead of him. And that means Cardona is going to be our overall winner as things stand. And he's just taken the lead as well from Roxigioni. So the German just couldn't hold on to the advantage.
It's a close race now because Roxigioni, Johan Cardona, Confluentia, Havuk, Eric Champagne, all of them can win this race. Interesting which movements they're doing now. Havuk in starboard.
Oh, listen to the shouts of pain and frustration from the sailors. The German just on that cross, just sticking to, just holding on to the lead. And Cardona in second, Confluentia in third now. He's had a good race. He's moved up the fleet. And Roxigioni moving away from Cardona.
And Havuk, he needs to battle this one. It looks like Johan Cardona is going to take that second place. And see Havuk, he's not satisfied about that glitch. He was so close of winning the overall score here. So my points goes to Havuk. Confluentia sneaks in at the third place right now. But it's going to be a German victory in race number 4.
A German victory for Roxigioni in race number 4, our final race of this SailGP special. But Joan Cardona, the SailGP sailor from Spain, crosses the line in second, and that wins him tonight's competition. With Havuk in third, Confluentia in the mix as well, Eric Champagne in fourth. So the nearest challengers to Cardona, Havuk, Champagne and Confluentia all crossing the line in a procession just behind him.
Yeah, and we see all unlucky for Havuk. He actually jumps all the way to 5th in this position after these terrible glitches for him. Roxigioni with a victory from Germany. Let's have the German with a smile in the picture. He's always ready for it. Then we have Johan Cardona in second, Confluentia in third, Eric Champagne in fourth, Havuk in fifth, Olivier in sixth, Nikolai Seheste in seventh, and Leo Takahashi has not been lucky tonight with the connection. Lost connection again, sitting in New Zealand. So unlucky for him. But that's the rules of the game. Sometimes you lose connection. But let's go in and see the final score. I'm pretty sure it's almost updated here. And let's see how that will go here. That's coming up in a second here. And the scoreboard is upgraded.
There it is.
A SailGP,
confirmation.
Yeah, SailGP sailor Johan Cardona with a victory, 36 points. He is in the lead. Let's have a picture on them here. Yeah, they're coming in here. And then we have in second, the non-sailor from Switzerland, sitting there, Confluentia, and Eric Champagne in third from United States. And that is amazing job by them in top 3. Havuk drops to 4th. He was so close up there. Roxigioni sneaks in 5th. Nikolai Seheste, Olivier, and tried the best they could, but they had a really hard time. Let's see, there's Nikolai. But it's okay. He said from the start, I will do my best, and he did his best. And I have to say, for the SailGP sailors, especially Nikolai and Olivier, they really did a fantastic start of each race. Unlucky for them, the eSailors, the gamers, know that game so well going upwind that they took over the positions. And Leo, let's see if we can have a picture with him. He's here. No, he also lost his picture in this group here. So he lost all connection from New Zealand. And Alec, let's take an interview with the two last players up for the winner, Johan Cardona, and Roxigioni. So let's bring them into studio in a few sec. And if you have any questions in the chat, please write us, because now you have the chance in the chat to ask a question to these guys, because then we can answer. And
I know the chat is always very active, isn't it?
Johan Cardona, I need you to turn off my sound. Just mute. You need to put a headset on.
Very active, isn't it?
Johan Cardona, I need you to turn off my sound. And he's getting a lot of messages saying congratulations.
Yeah.
So there we go. Let's go into the mix zone and have an interview with them.
I cannot hear you.
So, Johan, can you hear me? This is Alec in the commentary box.
Yeah.
So, congratulations. You're our champion here in this eSailGP special. It was close, though, in that last race, wasn't it? And such a shame for Havuk.
Yeah, I got a glitch just like 15 seconds before the start, and I got a penalty, so I had to start like 400 meters behind. And then it was Havuk that he was unlucky. It happened to all of us also during these days, but we have to deal with that and keep going.
So this is my third eSailGP commentary that I've done, and you've won 2 of them. So be honest with us now. How often and how much time do you spend playing this game?
Not much, actually. I just play with friends. We are doing some races, but it was since the last pop-up qualifier that I didn't play the EF50. So I was not very used to it now, but I felt better and better during the racing, and we had great fun.
And how much of your real life knowledge do you think you bring to the racing?
I think it's very, very helpful, especially for the starts. I think my starts are quite good, and if you compare the reality and then you manage to use the buttons good, I think you have an advantage, and I'm using that.
Now, just about your device, really, because I know you are using your phone. Wouldn't you prefer a bigger screen?
Yeah, I tried with some bigger screens, but I always have the phone with me, and every time I have some time, I play a fast race. So it's where I'm more used to play, and it's where I feel more confident. But I think everyone is different, and I just feel more confident with my phone.
We have lots of different classes in eSailing. Which is your favorite?
For sure, the EF50 is the one I enjoy the most, and yeah, the one I think I'm the one I feel better with it.
Okay, Johan, thanks very much. Congratulations, our champion tonight.
Thank you.
Let's have a word with Roxy Joni of Germany, because Roxy Joni has won our final race of the night, and we're going to try and catch a word with him. And we've just lost him right on cue. Never mind. I just wanted to hear really about how he's developing as an eSailer, because he was one of the youngest competing here in this competition, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
But we've seen him in action plenty of times, haven't we, Thomas? And he's certainly coming through, and I think we're going to see him win some championships fairly soon.
Yeah, we're pretty sure of that. And Alec, one thing about this young German is we're pretty sure to see him in the top level. He's really doing a great job at the moment in eSailing. So let's see how that will go. Before ending up, Alec, let's wrap up this for today. We have been all around the world with players sitting everywhere in the moment. They are sitting in Spain, Italy. We are doing these remote things nowadays to be together. And what a good way to do it tonight. Great job by the eSailGP lads. Congratulations to Jon Cardoni for winning. So who will win next week?
Who knows? But if Cardona's going to compete, then I think he's really proving to be a tough sailor to beat in the EF50. But it is amazing what we've managed to do today and connect so many people from so many different countries and continents around the world. And yeah, it's been tough from a technical point of view, but I think it's incredible now what we can do despite the fact that we're all sitting at home in lockdown.
Yeah, and I have to say to all of you fantastic fans out there, We know we already hit some top levels there. We can see that more than 10,000 of you has been watching this show together with us today. And amazing, Alec. I have to say thank you for you to join in, but also a huge thanks to the player. We just kicked them out of this server so we can speak a little bit more together. So we'll thank them afterwards. But impressive. Japan, New Zealand, Spain, France, England, United States, Spain, Denmark. All of us has been in this server, and of course Switzerland. Anything to say before we're wrapping up, Alec?
Well, just great to see the SailGP professionals getting involved, and great to see them giving it a go. You know, Nikolai and Leo and Joanne as well. Absolutely fantastic. And I kind of overheard them saying in the green room before we started, well, this could be really humiliating, couldn't it? But I don't think it was at all. I think they put up a really good fight.
And the amazing part is to see here, that's the difference from the eSailer and the SailGP sailors. We saw the SailGP sailors, how good they were to coordinate that start. So they started with 0.2 seconds, and they actually had the best start. Where they lost it was not the downwind, it was the upwind races, because they don't know the game tactics there. They're used to see where is the wind and do that on the water. But here, you really need to read that radar and wind intelligence to do a great result.
Yeah, it's tougher. It's the knowledge is very similar, but a lot of the techniques and the way you implement the knowledge is different in eSailing.
Yeah. All of you out there, thank you for watching. I can see a lot of you writing in the chat. Thank you for a good show. Thank you for bringing in some joy in our homes. We will be back later with more SailGP. And remember, this weekend, the eSailGP pop-up qualifier starts in Virtual Regatta Inshore, and top 8 there will go into the into the final of the pop-up qualifier and have a chance to qualify to the grand final, where there is a direct spot to the World Championship. This is Thomas Bjørn Luthi and
Alec Wilkinson
saying goodbye and have a good evening out there.
Bye-bye.